Hello YouTube, Falco2762 here. Welcome to Chapter 11 of Peppermint Winter. It is a fanfiction crossover between Fight Beyblade and Kingdom Hearts. The story is available on fanfiction.net, an archive of our own. There will be a link in the description below. But anyway, welcome to the audiobook version of the story. Yes, so as soon as we left off was after Demix's trouble at the Sea Garden restaurant. And yeah, so the Gan Galaxy Gan are still in the Sea Garden restaurant. So yeah, let's start it. 17 francs for an Uno card set? You stated in disbelief as Tsubasa sighed and guided the blonde's arms to place the box back on the rack. What kind of a ridiculous country is this? Jinga chuckled while helping Madoka grab 2 bottles of Nestle Mango iced tea out of the freezer. It's something you have to live with. Strange as it seems, they consider this country to be the happiest country on Earth, which I highly doubt to believe it. You know, Jinky, Esther stated, only to be cut off by fuming you. Hey, that's my nickname to the Pegasus Blader. Relax, you, she can call me whatever she likes, Jinga replied with an understanding tone as he gestured her to continue with a smile. Go on. Okay, anyway, while I was at St. Gallen, the university purposely placed a large banner over their hall. The meaning to it is so ironic. Esther finished with pure sincerity. Like what? Masamune wondered, after placing back a Hot Wheels die-cast toy back on the shelf, completely shocked towards the sky-high price for such a small, entertaining toy. Well, it said happiness is expensive. Esther glanced at Jinga, his face concerned with a considerable discussion towards the irony. And it all relates towards money. You know, that perfectly matches up with the country we live in, Jinga reasoned. Madoka approached him, interested in the talk. If rich people live here in the sea of money, then to them it's considered happiness. But what is life without money? That's normally their saying. But to us normal people who want to learn a few, who want to earn a few and do more for him, that's happiness. Madoka shockingly gasped upon the exaggeration of him, said in Jinga's explanation. Don't tell me that you've changed into the new Jinga. The Pegasus Blader exchanged confused looks with Esther and Gan Galaxy. What do you mean by that? Madoka suddenly hugged Jinga's legs while kneeling down in tearful joy. I'm so happy that you started believing in him. It's rare to see my friends read his word and praise it every night. Standing up, she glanced at her surroundings to make sure no one was watching the joyful scene. Oh, Jinga, I'm so happy that this is happening. Okay, Madoka, you can let go of me now. Jinga stood closer to Esther while Madoka stared into his brown eyes while keeping her mouth agape in awe. But please tell me one thing, Madoka whispered. Esther leaned closer in to listen in. You left behind the Fane culture that you believe in, right? Fane? Esther repeated with a confused tone, making Jinga to nervously smile and cover her mouth, only to get a slap on the hand in return by bashing Mrs. Fike. Ow! Jinga countered with a wince as he nursed his red hand. Serves you right, Jinga, for shutting her mouth, Masamune laughed, giving Jinga to growl back at him. What? 12 francs for a Beyblade toy? You started with shock in his voice, which brought everyone's attention with silence. Please don't remind us about these things. They're gone and we can't do anything else about it. Madoka held up her hand and sighed, glancing down at her shoes. She's kind of right if we bump into this kind of situation, Tsubasa helpfully added, flicking his silver hair back over his shoulders and grunting softly with his eyes closed. Let's just head over to where Jinga wants us to take us and experience the lovely tour hosted by a redhead, right? Giving out a friendly look towards the Pegasus Blader, he quickly helped Madoka pay for the groceries before they shot off towards Critter's house for the fondue dinner. Demix bounced around his seat as if the front passenger seat to his pilot was now made of cactus, green with various needles all over pricking his butt. Emily sighed as she eyed Demix's newly ordered mystery meal, Lobster Boy refusing to take a single bite off of the steamed broccoli. He was the one heck of a stubborn guy, but she had to deal with him numerous times. Silently praying that Demix won't cause havoc at the fondue dinner, the pilot's headlights faced her mother's house as Ceramic Angel stared back while hanging at the front door as Arya got out with a shivering start, patiently waiting for the other two to hop out. Oh my god, I can't wait! Demix excitedly said with a whisper that sure got him hyped up for more food. Emily swept snow off of the bumper before lifting up the trunk to take out the groceries. I heard that, Dem. No food fondue for you. Demix stomped a foot of snow in anger. But you promised! Arya giggled. It's your fault you didn't eat the wedgies. Sometimes I wish I was back at home with the organization, Demix muttered to himself so that Emily won't catch his words. But it was too late for Lobster Boy to react as Emily smiled in a devious way. Oh, enjoy your life as a dusk, Dem. I'm pretty sure Sykes will be completely happy with your words of disobedience, believe me. Climbing down the short flight of oak stairs, Emily settled the bags by the couches as Demix flopped on the middle one, nestling in comfort. No, Dem, down, now, Emily ordered as she welcomed Arya to feel at home. Whew. Wow, Emily, your mother has a true heart in collecting stuff from World War II. Arya yawned as she stole Demix's place, glancing at the Netherlands shield carved out of wood, placed against the wall of white, the heraldic line raising its flag for victory. Just some stuff her grandpa left behind. Emily smiled as she took out the contents of her groceries to help her mother prepare for the fond dinner night. Emily's mother came upstairs, wondering what the sound of rustling bags were about. Why, hello there, Emily. All set for the cheesy feast? Yep, Emily replied as she took the contents downstairs to the kitchen, only for her to drop her bag in surprise. Mom, you never told me you had more guests over. Why, Emily's mom halted mid-speech, her eyes widened in surprise as her daughter hugged a tall, slim man in his 30s. Where were you the whole time? It's been ages since we finally met, the guy exclaimed with joy. Now Emily wondered why there was a silver Volkswagen Jetta parked next to the pilot, the Graubunden shield gleaming in the winter light. Kenny, I apologize. It's been years since I last saw you as a 10-year-old. I got caught up into a huge adventure when I finally lived in the States. The States, you say? Huge adventure? What a blast! I bet you had tons of fun in Ohio and Florida. You knew where I lived? Emily caught the sentence as if it was suspicious. Kenny laughed as he led Emily to a patio room lighted by candles and LED string lights, giving out a warm hue to the chilly evening environment. Seating on wooden chairs with white fox fur, trimming the holiday feel to it, he calmed down and quickly glanced at Emily's mother, her daughter doing the same. Your mom told me all about it after Skyping you overseas. Yup, news spreads fast like lightning. I'm glad you were able to make it. Don't bother. Besides, she held up her ring finger containing the holy tool and symbol of marriage. Didn't I tell you yet? Kenny's eyes jumped back in surprise. Why, don't tell me you're... Here comes my childish husband, Emily muttered, as Demix yawned, suddenly shocked to see his wife with another person. Who's that? Demix started in confusion, Kenny looking at him up and down weirdly. Emily laughed as Arya took her seat 2 chairs away from Demix. Why, that's my cousin. Meet Kenny Wells. Nice to meet you, Mr. Demix. Hope we can acquaintance ourselves just fine. Kenny shook hands with Demix, while Demix lazily muttered, thanks. Introductions are over. Time to eat. Emily's mother came in with a pot of steaming melted cheese, a wooden spoon already dunked in to be stirred with. As soon as the pot was settled down on one of the induction mats, Demix couldn't help but take a whiff of the smell. The smoked cheese with a hint of red wine tickled his nostrils in satisfaction. Emily kept a watchful eye on Demix. I know that smells so good to you, Dem. I would patiently wait until everyone is seated at the table. She's right, lad. Kenny bucked up while pouring himself a glass of water. Be patient until the treasure's revealed. I like what you said right there, Arya smiled as she stirred the cheese, slightly bubbling across the rim of the pot, hypnotizing poor Demix while his tongue lolled out like a starving dog. Needless to say, Emily, I live in Graubunden, so while you enjoy your stay here, care to hit up a visit by my house one day? Kenny offered, while grabbing the bowl of cut bread from Emily's mom, who retreated back in the kitchen to get the bowl of salad. Sure, why not? Emily replied with a friendly shrug, making Arya giggle to herself when Emily's mom came in with a bottle of wine and a tray of wine glasses clinking together to chime into the lovely night. Everyone got into comfort, waiting for Emily's mom to take her seat and equip a family silence hushing above them all. 5 minutes later, it was destroyed by Demix's wails heartlessly howling through the patio room. Behave or you'll spend the night sleeping in snow, Emily hissed, a warning towards the mullet teen, but Demix continued his low moans of starvation. Is he all right, Em? Kenny asked, concerned while scooping up a dozen bread pieces lobbed into his plate. Emily suppressed a smile and awkwardly laughed. Well, he is a bit crazy for food, so I try my best to stop him from eating. Words halted as everyone's eyes widened in shocking awe. I can't take it anymore! Standing up in his chair, Demix roared for the pot and ruefully brought the pot to his mouth, gobbling up all of the melted cheese, creating hell in his mouth and all the way down to his stomach. Trails of cheese lined down the side of his cheeks and oozed across his sandy-colored signature strands, limped against the front of his ears. Once he licked the remnants of the fondue, he lobbed the pot, making the bowl spin clockwise towards his speechless Kenny, while Arya laughed hard to herself. Emily about to burst the temper and wildly break the whole table in half. Emily's mom couldn't bear on the horrible behavior and muttered some words as she stood up and entered the kitchen. Emily aggressively spun towards Demix, who maintained to control his huge burp. You didn't learn to share, and you made my mother disgusted from what she saw based on your childish behavior. I'm sick of you, damn. I don't want to see your face ever again. With tears softly running down her cheeks, Emily made her decision and climbed upstairs to comfort her mom. But... Demix whined as he covered his face in shame and began sobbing like a 5-year-old who lost his toy. Arya sighed while Kenny toyed with the bread piece around his plate, all of them accepting this as a cancelled family fondue night.